MacMahon, I wanted to say this is like maybe the fourth time in the last 6 weeks that you've mentioned your high school exploits.
Oh man, I was a stud. Now I got shipped off to a boarding school in Maine.
I know, we know that. That's a great story. We love those stories. In fact, I wish you would tell more boarding school stories on here. But let's get this on the record. Tell us so that we can give you your proper acknowledgement when the times arise. Tell us what your exploits as a basketball player were. Now, what are you about 6'6", 6'8"?
No,
How tall are you?
No, 6'4". I was a 4-year starter. I put up double doubles every year. You want me to tell you? I got
double averages, or you just had one year?
No, averages. Come on now.
Okay.
Come on now. No, I do have a great story about. I actually went to a D2 school that was nationally ranked to play ball. That did not last. I ended up calling it a career at the end of preseason. Do you want to hear the glorious story about the end of my basketball career?
Yes, especially if it's sad.
More funny than sad. I'm glad no tape exists.
I'll accept funny.
So they had, like I said, this is Eckerd College in St. Pete, Florida. It's a D2 program, and they were ranked like number 15 in the country D2 preseason, largely because they had a dude named Kerwin Thompson. And he ended up playing overseas for a decade or so, but he was the best big man in D2. He's one of these guys from Trinidad and Tobago, didn't touch a ball till he was 16, but he's 6'11", freakishly athletic, grown man, strong, led the country in block shots and rebounds. He was a stud. So we're scrimmaging, and I was actually in the scrimmage, which was a rarity because I was going to be riding some serious pine. That's what I realized that. But we're scrimmaging, it's game point at the end of practice. He catches the ball at the elbow and blows by his guy and goes up. I come over and help defense and went up to try to block his shot, which probably wasn't the best idea. I end up flat on my back. He not only dunks it, but the ball flies through the rim, off my chest. The
worst.
Oh, dude. I'm so glad tape doesn't exist. I'd been dunked on before. Never end up flat on my back.
You were literally dunked on.
Yes.
Literally dunked on.
The whole, everybody at the practice, whoa, the guy who got beat, whoa, I'm bleepity bleep, you got beat, blah, blah, blah.
You could have been a Vine legend if it happened at a different time.
Absolutely. And so at and again, that was game point at the end of practice. Coach breaks up practice and he says, "Hey, MacMahon, come here." And I think
did you get a text message?
No. Hey, this was face-to-face conversation. I didn't have a cell phone at the time though, so maybe you would have texted in today's day and age. But and I think he's going to say, "Hey, hang in there, good hustle, blah blah blah." He goes, "Don't you ever beep and jump with Kerwin again. We don't need him getting hurt because you're beepity beepity beep."
Wow, that is amazing.
And that I was already.
And MacMahon, sure. you're always you're a pretty level-headed guy. You would never take offense to that and go upside the guy's head or anything, would you?
Oh well, there's another story about my high school track coach that's related there, but but I was already pretty sure. Looking at the schedule, realizing I got no Thanksgiving break, a 3-day Christmas break. I couldn't party at all. I was already pretty sure that I needed to focus on my strengths, which at the time was partying and not playing basketball. But I did go back to the dorm, called my dad. He tried to talk me out of it. But that was the end of my athletic career, getting dunked on and then cussed out by the coach for daring to jump with the guy
That's
who was
amazing.
the program.
That's amazing.
It was awesome.
MacMahon, can you still dunk?
No, God, no. Not at all.
How long, if we made a bet about who could dunk first from today, how quickly do you think you could get yourself
No. I'll never be. My back is all old man achy. I just got no lit. Now, hold on. Can I dunk a ping pong ball? I can dunk I can still get up and get the rim.
Oh, okay. So you could dunk a volleyball.
Here's the thing. I might be able to dunk a volleyball, but I'd have to get a running head start. And
he's saying if he incentivized it, and you had to dunk one time.
I honestly don't know if I could throw down a volleyball, ping pong ball, softball, volleyball. I don't know. I'm just not off the vert.
What event? Well, no one's asking that. What about what?
The problem is if I get a running head start and jump, I'm afraid I'm going to pull something. I'm old, dude.
Okay,
I'm old.
stop worrying about injury. I
get hurt damn near every time I play pickup ball. I got to worry about injuries.
All right. So, what event in track did you participate? I feel like you were more of a field guy than a track guy.
I was a terrible high jumper, and then I ran the.
That takes guts. That takes cojones to be.
It takes to be a flexibility. It takes flexibility to be able to bend that way, and I don't have that. And then I ran the 400 and 4x4.
Oh,
and
damn! I'm impressed.
The mile.
I had you as a javelin or a shot putter. I had you as a shot putter. I'm impressed.
I'm skinny. Well, I used to be.
You're a big guy. I mean,
the shot putters are all those. They all look like.
I know. Well, I'm making a bit of a joke, but I didn't see a 6'4" guy as a sprinter. I guess 400
is not really a. It's kind of a.
It's pretty. It's like the toughest. It's like the toughest race to run.
I did the mile the first 2 years of high school until I absolutely begged out of that because there's nothing worse than running the first freaking lap and saying, "Geez, I got 3 more than bleed." Track. Hey, you know what the old saying about track is? The only thing worse than track.
Worse than track is field. Yes,
that's true.
There was an amazing moment
sport
when I was in high school involving. Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to tell that story.
Why? I just told the most embarrassing story of my athletic career.
It had nothing to do with me. I played golf in high school. I'm not looking down at you. That was a 3-year letter winner.
Kind of a big deal. I've never played a hole of golf.
Good for you, actually. I don't
I've been to the
story.
What is it? Driver range or driving range? I forget. Whichever one.
Range. Driving range.
If I do play golf, I hope to hell I'm left-handed because right-handed I am terrible.
Are you left-handed in general?
I hit in baseball. I hit left-handed. I write and throw right-handed, but my whole key of winning horse games is I got a nice little lefty jumper, but it's my offhand. So I make you use your offhand.
So I have to follow up from last week. Did you ever see that show that Ryan Anderson wanted you to see?
No, I have not. Typically, and I'm sure you're probably the same as me. Typically, I'll binge on Netflix maybe in like August, September. But other than that, my television viewing is limited to.
I know.
A lot of NBA these days.
I know it's not conducive. The season is not conducive. What was it again that he wanted you to watch?
It's Black Mirror.
Black Mirror.
And
it's like modern day Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Andrew Hahn?
I've seen some episodes. There's a new season that had come out relatively recently.
Now he did advise me not to watch the first episode. Apparently, it's just absolutely disturbing. Brutal in a very disturbing sense.
Is that the show where the same actress plays a whole bunch of different characters?
Yes, I believe that happens sometimes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, that's all I got. I'm not telling the track and field story because I don't want to be branded as not a nice person.
I mean, do you want to tell it and I'll just cut it out?
You cut it out if you don't think it's appropriate.
Yeah.
And I opened my locker later that day. So
nice.
That's the story.
Yeah,
are we cutting those, Andrew? Are we cutting those? Or are we leaving them in?
I think we're gonna cut the first one.
Okay, I think you're right.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. Good. Smart work. Smart work.
Yeah, my track coach story. I don't think you can keep it because the poor guy's dead now. But so.
Andrew Hahn, I'm not ever going to mess with MacMahon.
I have not been in a fight in 20 years.
I'll mess with him.
I am.
If you want him messed with, just let me know. I will mess with that man right there.